just auntie now.
Have some fun,
Don't
darling.
I look auntie?
I am a gay man and I've been using apps since they came into being. I'm 45 years old and have been single for 12 years. I will openly admit that when the apps came to be, yes, I did exchange nude photos. It was exciting and new. But then I changed because gay men would only meet you if you are of porn star quality, hung and fit. If you didn't fit that image, you were consigned to the gutter and still are. Surely I am worth more than a mere dick pic. Indecent exposure is a crime, but for some unknown reason, it's not taken seriously online and it should be. We need to re-educate and change how we approach others on social media apps and sites. I respect myself and wish other men would too. From Brian in Highland, Scotland.
I want to give some claps to Brian because Brian doesn't even sound like he needs any advice. I think
No, exactly. There was no
I think he already
There was no
answered
question.
his own dilemma.
Yeah.
I think it's totally right. I mean, for myself, personally, I'm now in a relationship and it took me a while to discover that if I wanted to be in a relationship, there's certain things that I no longer had to accept.
Okay.
And that meant that I don't really want to send a dick pic if I'm looking to have a long-term situation. I don't really want to hook up with you the first time. Not to say that that's okay, because I've had friends who are in long-term relationships and it started as a hookup, but that's not what I wanted. I think, as Brian has said, you really got to decide what your boundaries are. And if you are looking for something specific and you think your self-worth lies in the fact that you don't want to share your body, then you don't have to.
Yeah.
But then you also could, because why not?
Yeah.
Just being the, you know.
Devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's no shame in kind of in maybe using the apps for like a sexual, if that's what you want to do, if you want to go in using them for like, well, for sex, then as long as you're kind of respectful and, you know, over age, then that's fine. But I guess that's kind of what he's alluding to, is when it actually turns from being somewhere where it's all kind of above board and agreed, and actually just becomes only about, you know, the aesthetic and having sex, and then that becomes a problem, and then that's very fair, I think.
But also, we have to remember that we've been inducted into a dating life that is very different from what Brian started out. I mean, he's 45 years old, so what we might think is normal from his perspective might be completely abnormal, you know?
Well, the thing about apps as well is like, it kind of takes that, it kind of, how would you put it? It kind of really puts a magnifying glass on kind of some of the more shallow aspects of dating.
Oh, 100%.
I feel like I don't really use apps like that, to be honest. Like, if I wanted to find somebody, then I would go out and find someone. I've never had trouble, like, going to a club and finding somebody, going home with somebody, if that is what I wanted to do.
But that's easier said than done. I mean, if you, focus on Brian, he's 45 years old, to go to a gay club must be really intimidating to just go up to somebody and ask them for their number. Do you know what I mean? So I think that him going on apps is him trying to date in the modern world, and maybe it's just a little bit you know, uncomfortable.
And it depends on it depends on your confidence level, because there are some people, regardless 45, 18, who for that would be fine. Some people who would find it more problematic, and I think it's a bit like it's neither here, not neither here nor there, but it doesn't matter. But I think it's about, for me, respect. And I think when I've gone on the apps, I think I would prefer to see a picture of someone's face. I don't particularly want to be speaking to a, you know.
But you also got to check that the goods are good before you buy it.
Oh, child!
That is the thing, because I've had this. Let me tell you a story. Right? So there was this guy on a dating app, right? And he was fine. I'm talking about fine till I could have cried, right? Met up with him, you know, everything was going good, got into it, whatever, pulled down his pants. I was almost in tears. It was just so not for my taste.
But it's not what you were looking for.
Not what I was looking for. It was not for my taste.
Right.
And I really wish, because that time I was thinking, he's so fine, I'm not even gonna ask to see no nudes, right?
Right.
I wish I didn't take the nudes.
Oh.
Yeah, but then
this is a whole different question now. Now we're not talking about. Now we're talking about like personal preference and how important the size of an appendage is. That's a completely different question, and I don't know if we want to be.
No.
No.
Oh, honey.
I'm just saying for Brian. Let them send a dick pic.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? You don't have to send anything.
Yeah.
Let them send it.
Yeah, but you have to understand that Brian might be in a place where the biceps and the size of the dick and all of that is no longer important.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm 45 years old. I've been there. I've done that. I've tasted it. I've licked it. Yeah, I am, honey. Don't worry about it.
She looks good.
I've experienced it all. Do you know what I mean? I'm at a place where I actually want to connect with somebody. I don't want to see your dick right now.
Yeah.
We can wait for that.
But I've had experiences where people have sent nudes. I've not sent nudes back because obviously I'm trying to be somebody in life. I don't send nudes. Do you know what I mean? You're not going to ever catch me out. But I've accepted nudes.
Right.
Do you get what I mean?
do we want to say to Brian then? What's our final thing?
I would just say, let them send the nudes. If you feel like you're at that place where you don't want to do that, then you don't do that. Respect yourself enough not to do that.
I think I see it here. Like, I think he's answered it, like you said, in himself. He is worth more than just a dick pic. But, you know, if people want to send the dick pic, that's fine.
Yeah.
But it's about you. When you go and use the app, you know in yourself that you are worth more than a dick pic. And if you go in it with that attitude, like you were saying, if you go in it knowing that you're looking for a connection, or if you go in it knowing that you're not looking for a connection, as long as you go in and know that, then that's fine. If you spend too much energy getting upset about it and trying to shout about it, then that's just a waste of your energy. Go in it knowing.
And also, I think it depends on what app you're on. Like, you can't be on Grindr and really be like, I really want to find love. Some people, don't get me wrong. No, some people, but maybe Plenty of Fish, Match.com, I don't know.
Yeah, but the tone is a little bit different.
Yeah.
You know, that the tone of the app's a little bit different. But some people have found love from Grindr, honey.
Yes. Yeah. This is a different question, but I would say was surprised when I eventually got onto Grindr that I actually was having more connections with guys. Connections. No, but I was talking to guys and finding a lot more sincerity actually, and than I did on Tinder, where you're chatting to guys and then all of a sudden it goes to silence.
Oh, I love that.
You like it? To silence. Sorry, we've been talking for 2 weeks, darling, and now you've disappeared. No, bitch. Exactly.